They won the state championship of Illinois, representing Clear Ridge. They went on to Peru, Illinois, and won the Central Regional Championship, which gave them a berth to the Senior Little League World Series in Bangor, Maine, which nobody has ever done from this neighborhood. So that was a huge honor. So we wanted to honor them. We appreciate them all coming out tonight. First, I want to mention the names of the manager and the coach. Manager Mark Robinson. Come on up, Mark. Coach Joe Madeira, John Dennison, and Mike Pilas. We thought it was important to bring them here tonight just to introduce them to the community. And I know a lot of you have been following them on Facebook and stuff. These guys did was phenomenal. I know they didn't win like they wanted to out in Maine, but you know what? They represented us, and it was huge. So we appreciate you guys being here. So we're going to call out the kids' names. Joey Muscolino, Max Breziak, Simon Flores, Kevin Aderman, Ben Brasher, Dominic Pilas, Johnny Reardon, Joe Madeira, Ryan Kramer, Michael Robinson, Justin Dennison, Aiden Castillo, he's at football practice. Nick Berta, Chris Wannett, and Quinn Snarskis. What they did was, I'm going to let the coaches open it up. This is the banner. What they did was just phenomenal. They almost made it on TV, and believe me, everybody in the community is proud of you boys for doing a great thing. And we appreciate you coming out here tonight. I'll tell you what, being part of Clear Ridge, it's proud. I know we got Jay Derby, who's a member, him and his wife, Diane, and Jay's been past president. So what these guys did was just phenomenal from our level. Just to go to Bangor, Maine, they were flown out there. They were like professionals. They had their ties on, and they looked good, and they were flown out there. And then they were picked up by a big bus, and they were taken to the hotel, and they were treated like kings. And again, you know, you guys will remember this. I don't know if it hit you yet, but you will remember this forever. And hopefully we can send another team, but this is unbelievable. So thank you, boys. Okay, we're going to go to our two guest speakers real quick. We're going to save the best for last, which is our guy Marty Sandoval, our state senator. So Les Peterson is the chief of police at Summit. And again, Les is friends with us, and we've gotten to know Les and his group in Summit, and so we wanted to bring him here tonight to talk.
Thank you. Good evening, Garfield Ridge. And he's right, the best is last over here. The senator is a great man and has done wonderful things for your district. My name is Les Peterson, the chief of police in Summit, which of course is we're neighbors. I'm not going to bore you with a ton of detail of our crime and our crime stats and that kind of thing, but I do want to share just a couple of things. One of them is that we have a new red light camera, so consider this a courtesy to the police district. In less than 30 days, 2,665 tickets were issued. That is at Harlem Avenue, mark this down, Harlem Avenue at Archer. It's, you know, people talk about the red light cameras, whether their effectiveness is good. I like them. I believe they work. My kids I've donated to those funds. My kids have certainly gotten them. It does remind us that we should take safety seriously, and the other good part is it doesn't go against your license if you pay the fine. So anyway, that's happening. Another thing that I think is important, and you talked about this earlier, is things that happen across the street, you know, in Summit or in Lyons or Bedford, wherever that happens to be. It's all of our problems. And so I say to a group like this, congratulations. This is the thing that works. It's a proven police strategy that works, and that is getting the community to take an active part. And Summit has a wonderful core group of people that is working toward the same goals that you guys are. And I'm very, very pleased with what they were able to accomplish in all these years. Crime is down. We're, you know, we still make, of course, everyone knows that there's gang problems, there's other issues that we're dealing with. We're on top of that, and to gain a little bit of control without people calling us and telling us what's going on and what's happening in the neighborhood, it's very difficult. So we're not asking our people to go on patrol, but to please report crimes or suspected crimes or graffiti. When you see something happening, please call the police. I've used, where's Mike at? I've used Mike a number of times this group has come to our meetings, and we're very thankful for that. And I hear the people talking about, wow, that's pretty cool. These guys are pretty aggressive. They're really out there making things happen. And so it's been an inspiration for us to be participating through your, you know, captains and chair people here. It's been helpful for us. We've also stolen some of your better ideas and copied a couple of different things and implemented a few new strategies based on some of the things that we've seen that you guys have done. I want to let people know that the Summit Police Department is going to be issuing a test, and I believe it's going to be October 13th. So in other words, we're looking for police officers. We're creating a new list, so share this with everybody. It's going to go on the websites. I just got this yesterday, but the approval. So we are going to be hiring 2 or 3 new police officers. We have people retiring, and we anticipate some more people pulling the pin fairly soon. So that test is going to be October 13th. Applications will be available. It'll be on our website. So feel free to tell people about it, encourage them to participate if they're interested in a career in law enforcement. That's for the new hires. We've also brought on a couple of new people on lateral transfer. So we're bringing our staff up to par, where we need to be to combat some of the issues that are confronting the village. I don't know if you want to go into a question or answer thing or not.
I do have one.
Except for Mike, of course. Go ahead.
The website, so people can go on your site, or do you want to forward that information to us and they can go on our site?
Either way. Either way.
You want to give out your website?
Yeah, if you look up our general, the police department, Summit PD, if you look at the Summit Police Department, there's it'll direct you right to our website. Or you can go to the Villages Summit website, and it'll take you right there. And that's one of the things that we're stealing from you, is some of your ideas for your website, because it's considerably more advanced than ours. The other thing that I would say is that very similar to Garfield, you know, population-wise, there's a certain amount of demand for police presence, and it's demanding. I would love to see a policeman on every corner, but like Chicago, like everywhere, there's budget constraints. So the things that we do and the services that we provide are also based on reality, and that's money. If we had the money, we could use that toward advancing some of those special goals. We're continuously working to be a good neighbor. I just left a board meeting, and when I leave here, I'm going to actually another smaller event. But we want to keep this momentum going. We want to keep the enthusiasm going. The last thing that I will mention is we do have our meetings, and quite a few of your folks have attended our meetings. Ours are the third Thursday of every month. Anybody is welcome. They're at 6 p.m. I believe I talked to the senator, and I think he is going to become one of our guests, and I look forward to that. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet the neighbors and talk to the different people. If anyone does have a question, I'd be happy to answer it, or you can email me. I have an email address. It's very simple, chiefpeterson@summitpd.net. If there's a concern here, I'm certainly interested if it's a police concern that just crosses Harlem Avenue. So those problems are our problems, and we want to address them the best that we can. At our last meeting, and I think a couple of your folks were there, we issued the Summit Police Assistant badge. We were real happy to see the overwhelming response. The reality is again, I want to say this, we don't want you to become police, but please, if you see something happening in Summit when you're passing through or going to the store or just driving down Archer or 63rd or Harlem, and you see something, it's no different than being active in this group. It's what we do. So if you're driving on vacation and there's a car crash or something that needs police intervention, please call. It doesn't stop at borders. It doesn't stop that way. So we got to continue to move forward, and we do encourage it. But I do have 50 of these badges, and we would love for people to have them. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate the opportunity. The email is the fastest way to reach us. I encourage people to take this test. And now I'm going to turn it to the main guy over here, our favorite son.
Thank you, Les. And you know, the funny thing is, a lot of us realize when you call 911 from our cell phone, it goes to the Summit Police Station first. Why and how, I don't know, but we're hoping to get that straightened out. I apologize about the lights. Those two were supposed to be on. That one was on, and it just went off. So we want to bring up our good friend of ours. He is now our state senator with the redistricting, and Senator Sandoval has been a huge partner with us. And if anybody knows Marty Sandoval, he's a mover and a shaker, and I've gotten to know Marty in the last couple of years really close, and I got to tell you, this guy, he tries to get everything done that he possibly can, and I know he was excited about the Clear Ridge boys getting the state flag. Joe and him were very helpful in getting that. So without further ado, our state senator, Marty Sandoval.
I'm going to try to use to speak without a microphone because they say us politicians are pretty loudmouths. So let's see if. Yeah, they say that we're in the dark at Springfield. Well, we're in the dark. It's great to be here. Congratulations to the Clear Ridge baseball team. Let's give them a round of applause again. Remember when I was playing Little League back in back of the yards on 47th and Damon? Years back when Joe Megan was around. People remember Joe Megan, back of the yards, the old neighborhood, right? They sponsored my baseball team. I was never as successful. I couldn't hit worth a shit, but you know, I'm glad you guys done a real nice job getting almost on TV. I watched some of those World Series on TV. There's been a lot of series games this week on TV, so I've been watching that. Congratulations, gentlemen. Fine job representing the southwest side of Chicago. I want to, my hats off to the Garfield Ridge Neighborhood Watch. You know, I'm not as good looking as Al Cacciatolo, but I try real hard. And to this group and to all you purple shirts that are out there, thank you for your service. You know, you could be sitting at home watching TV, watching sports, watching soap operas, or doing whatever you usually do, or take care of your children or your grandkids, but you choose on some evenings to give public service and be of service to your community. But what a lot of folks don't do, you do. And I appreciate that. And it's just not from my lips to the air. I'm really sincere about that because you're really the unsung heroes of our community. You do what the cops haven't done sometimes, and you do what some of the politicians don't do. You're the eyes and ears of our community, and you bring things to our attention. I appreciate that, and I know the people that live around you, even though they don't pick up the phone, and call 911 or call the coppers or visit the alderman or call Al, tell them about graffiti, gangs, or what have you. You know, you're the reason why things are happening in our neighborhood. So my hat's off to you. I've been your senator for 6 months now. It's been a busy 6 months. A lot has happened. You're probably wondering, well, where did this guy come from, right? Many of you have never met me. I've been in government for 30 years. I've been on this world 49 years. Short, just synopsis to tell you who I am. I'm from the southwest side of Chicago, born in back of the yards, born on 47th Street, and I live on 57th Street in St. Louis. Haven't gone very far. Grew up in the Catholic school system, went to St. Joe's Elementary back there. Thought I wanted to be a priest, went to Quigley, went to Niles, went to Mundelein. I had to meet beautiful women.
We'll do it every time.
At the eaves of the world. That was it. And I left. And like all the real politicians that have represented, let's see, Tom Hines, former President Tom Hines of the Senate, former Senator Phil Rock, President Jim Houlihan, Ed Burke, Dan Burke, you name it. A lot of these folks were seminarians also before I was. So they walked the halls before I did. The Lord did not lead me to the pulpit, but he led me to the next best thing, and that was politics. Oh, public service. And so I've been in government 30 years, 15 years working in the federal government, Washington and Chicago, federal service, and then I got discovered by Rich Daley back in 1997. I was discovered by him because I was a pain in the ass, just like you are sometimes with some of your local politicians. I took on the establishment. I asked the mayor and I asked the alderman back on the southwest side in the 14th Ward that they should be building schools and parks, educate children and keep kids off the streets and the alleys and put them on parks, build parks like this on the southwest side of Chicago. And I was successful in turning an abandoned railroad yard into a school park campus. Today it's named the Sandoval School Park Campus, named after my late sister, Socorro Sandoval, on 55th in St. Louis. She was a school teacher who was killed in a tragic car accident while the campus was being built. And that was my beginning into politics, by taking on the system, bringing about the greater good, and then being elected Commissioner of the Water Reclamation District for 2 terms, and then a state senator for 3 terms, and now redistricting over into your neighborhood. So I've been a senator for 10 years. Now I'm your senator as of January 1st. I've joined the team of Madigan and Quinn in the 13th Ward. I'm a part of them now, and I represent all of you. And I've been very aggressive. I have visited every school in the 23rd Ward. I have visited every school in the 13th Ward, and I've done it in 6 months. I've gone to every LSC meeting, every PTA meeting, every local other community group that exists in school, because I believe that where there are concerned parents, I want to be there. I want to know what's on their mind. And I've also been going to a lot of park advisory council meetings, and I've done some neighborhood watch. And so I think that it's community where I came out of, and it's community where I want to stay. And I think it's important to understand what's on people's minds. And groups like this is where the rubber meets the road. Some of the things I've been doing lately, I'm the chairman of the Transportation Committee. It's a pretty good assignment where a lot of great things can happen. You've seen a lot of the grade crossings getting repaired over the last 6 months. I've had something to do with that. You see some of the bridges getting repaired, Central Avenue, Harlem Avenue. I've got something to do with that. You see some of the other minor roads along the state roads in our district getting repaired, Archer Road, State Road. I've got something to do with that. And I do it in partnership with Alderman Zalewski. I do it in partnership with Congressman Dan Lipinski, Mike Madigan, Marty Quinn. We're all a team, and we try to make it happen. We all have different assignments. We all bring different strengths, and mine happens to be chairman of transportation, but it isn't limited to that. I think fighting crime is the #1 issue in our community, next to fighting for people to get back to work. Jobs, fighting crime, and good schools, I believe, are the priorities of people on the southwest side of Chicago. It's very simple. It's not conceal and carry. It's not gay marriage. It's not pensions. It's not all these things that all the politicians are talking about in Springfield and Washington. They're important. But I know what's on your mind. Being able to have a safe street, a clean neighborhood, a good school. I don't have a problem telling them that it's not right, you know, to throw the Pampers on the street. It's not right to throw the Corona bottles on the street. It's not right to play the music till, you know, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's not right to be, you know, your son should not grow up to be, you know, an artiste, a Michelangelo at night. That's not right, you know. And it's not right that people should be hanging out in a corner. That's not right. And so I take it upon myself. I happen to be Latino, if you didn't figure that out yet. But I tell them straight out, you know, you come to America, you be American, and when in Rome, be like the Romans. You don't change who you are. But you know what? People live differently in the United States of America, and people live differently on the southwest side of Chicago. And you can help me educate them, because it's all about communication. So with that in mind, I just want to say thank you, congratulations to the boys, and congratulations to moving on.
Thanks, Marty. I told you this guy, he's awesome. He really is, and I've been dealing with him a lot. We've got issues on the East End that we're trying to help out. So we're going to move our Neighborhood Watch group to help them to start their own groups over there. So